Samus versus Robin, two zoners.
Yes, well, I mean, this is the Wi-Fi world. I'm not surprised. These characters are obviously so strong. Steve. Oh no, this isn't Steve. This is apparently Aaron EKS.
Yeah, they're captain.
Oh, oh no, this is Steed playing. Sorry, the names on the stream were wrong. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Steed is honorable mention on the Lithuania PR.
Nice.
So
The team doesn't have a full 10 roster, so this is we're gonna be seeing them a lot. We're gonna be seeing their players like reoccurring if they win.
yeah, they didn't have a full roster, but most of their PRs turned out. You got the honorable mention. You've got the Geezer players out here, but it's looking pretty rough right now.
Yeah, pretty bad for Lithuania.
Tossed around.
Yeah. But like, I didn't even see how they locked the stop. It looked like an SD.
No, it was a quick down air from the man A into Steed that stopped very fast, and these charge shots coming in as well, making it very difficult for Steed to get anything going.
I don't know if he can go to the stage.
And Samus will start having good ways to take the stock as well. The buff she received first game, charge shots as well. Steed just unable to get any position on stage as well.
You can see the stage for
about a minute now.
And there it is, another stock gone. And if Anto, takes out, if Anto doesn't draw the stock, obviously in the crew battle format, that's going to be so big. And you see how he's hungry with that down air, looking to try and steal something.
Yeah. He does look at the challenge too. Like, it looks like he's got 3 stocks.
Yeah, Steed needs to watch his aerials. He keeps coming down with aerials, which was Samus. Anto knows. You watch, Anto just stands back and just shoots him, grabs him, just waits, trying to do this down air again, trying to take that stock. Obviously not dropping a single stock.
Finally
so big.
took stage control, but it's looking grim for Lithuania.
Good usage of the Thunder, at least forcing Anto off stage, but he's back. No, the good Nair covers so much space. But now
He finds himself back at the ledge though, which is where he loses his stocks. Like every single time it's in the ledge.
good down smash as well from Anto, just calling out that bad pressure. And let's see, can Anto take this stock? Oh, good attempt to read the jump, but Robin doesn't quite jump that high, so it didn't work.
Instead changed his game plan entirely, not just playing zone into his stage. Maybe we're gonna see a shift in the game.
Yeah, but it's gonna be so hard. Anto playing so evasive, not even trying to engage with Steed right now, knowing that
he doesn't have an approach at this point.
And obviously stocks are such an important commodity in this format. And there goes one. Very good for Steed. You don't want to take none in a crew battle format. That's such a blow for your team. At least get one. I don't think we'll see another one. Like the way this has been going.
Yeah. He's only one stock behind, but he's also kill percent right now, 158. And he keeps finding himself at the ledge. Bond!
Yeah.
Instead of think about how to approach and how to get the stock fast.
Yeah, good usage of the Nair though. And that grab. Again, another reset of stage control. Try and get something. Anto trying to get a bit fancy.
Trying to get easy.
The backwards in one. Yeah. Backwards takes the game.
That is the first round going Island Saver, and pretty convincingly. Anto dropping only one stock, while Lithuania dropping 3. Obviously, with this crew battle format, every stock is so important. You have to make them last so well. But didn't quite happen for Lithuania. Steed at least getting 1, of course.
Yeah, they're only 2 stocks behind technically. But a lot of their team has zoners to deal with Samus. Nexus plays Rob, and I believe they have Zelda with Aaron.
Yes, the Zelda is EKS, currently 3rd ranked on the Lithuania PR. If you look at the 6 they've taken in for this match, we've got YVELX, who is the #1 ranks player, a Joker. Fairy Seal as well. You know, they've brought all their best players. They've got their top 3 there. Ireland, on the other hand, Scarfelt not present in this 6th lineup. Scarfelt, the highest ranked in Ireland, I think. Anto, obviously not too high up, but they do have Holopup, who's been a real threat in Wi-Fi tournaments. Sassy Priest as well. Maycol, another strong player. And Hackle Servant James Pogchamp, bringing it up. So there's a lot of skill on display for the Ireland team. And yes, I'm just being correct. Scarfell was ranked at one point, not currently ranked on Ireland, but a strong player that's been in the UK.
We'll just have to see what they send.
And yes, I imagine the teams are just picking up what they've got right now.
Yeah, doing the bans and picking a new player. Ireland looking good though.
For sure. I mean that's such a big lead to take in with the first start.
Yeah, it's just a big boost for their morale to be 2 steps ahead.
It's going to be a lot to do for Lithuania, especially when you are, not projected to win this. If you want to make the upset, you have to start strong. And there was almost a moment where it looked like they weren't even going to get anything.
Yep. It didn't look like it was going to be a 3-stop, but he adjusted his plan. Instead, played a little slower to get that one stock, but it just wasn't enough.
Okay, and just slight update on the stream. I was a bit confused by that. Adding the rest of the team. So what we're seeing here is the full representation of the possible players that could play for Ireland and Lithuania. But I think these crew battles are done in a 5v5 format. So I think
it's a 5v5. They can choose from their entire roster. It's a 5v5. They're all player lines. We have 4 more to go. Lithuania doesn't have 10 players.
Yeah.
Lithuania has less players, but it's a 5v5. All teams have 5 people. The rob though, like I said, they could send the rob for the Samus.
Yes, so yeah, I was just a bit confused because I thought you'd have to select which 5 you're using beforehand, but it looks like you allowed your full squad, which gives a lot of depth in this format. A lot of teams, you look at the Germany team, one of the favorites. It would be almost hard to pick 5 out of that team, so having everyone needed for preferred matchups is going to be really big.
Yeah. Also, you have a strategy. The more players you have, the more PR players and the more presentation, the more scary your team looks, because you could just send anything. But for Lithuania right now, they sent Nexus.
Yes, Nexus, who is ranked 7th in the Lithuanian PR. Actually down as a K rule on their PR image, but I think he's made the smart decision playing Rob instead of King K rule, especially in a matchup like this.
Especially online too. K rule is not the best for online.
I don't know. I think K rule's got stuff online, but he's just not the best end of, especially when you compare it to a character like Rob, who's got so much in his kit to really put some damage on his opponents.
Yep, especially considering he's going up against a Samus. He might have to approach with King K rule.
Yeah, exactly. At the moment,
he's doing way better.
Yeah.
Way better. I even do has the lead. And he takes the top 2.
That side B was so optimistic. It's pretty bad choice in Nexus. You can't make such big ideas like that. You have to have more committed reads if you're going for a kill option. Antu punished it so easily, got the stock, and Nexus immediately taking so much damage as well.
He's getting on zone too. He's getting stuck in the corner. Antu does not have to approach. He's won so many stocks for his team. He just doesn't have to approach anyone to play his game.
And Antu, despite starting a stock down, has almost built an entire lead. A couple more hits would create that.
Yep. You can see another stock any minute now.
The spot dodge is coming out for Antu, perhaps looking for maybe an up smash option. Caught out by the gyro though, probably not going to be able to make that back.
I think that's it. If he was hit by the gyro, he might have been able to return back to the stage, but thankfully he didn't hit him with that. Wanting one stop for Nexus to get to see the next player from Ireland. That's going to be punished. No way he's going to hit that.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that happened the first stock as well. Nexus dropping both his stocks to the same play where he just throws out these side Bs, hoping to get some kill, hoping to get something. And it just doesn't work. It's just getting himself punished.
He got overzealous. He got the stock and was like, he was probably killing himself. He overextended for that and got punished.
Another
favorite of Nexus. We've seen it so many times. Tries to punish at the ledge, doesn't get it. Down throw, up throw. studying the strings. He loses stage control immediately, which I don't think is like a good idea. Again.
Yeah, I mean, it has reflective properties. Perhaps he's trying to catch a charge shot with it, but it's still just such a risk. Better to just play safe, just let these things come in. Yeah, that down air, that's something he's been doing at ledge quite a bit. Anto wise to it with that charge shot.
Anto just looking so comfortable. It does look like this stage is all his.
Does get it! That should
be the stop.
Nice.
Nexus dropping what should have been an easy up smash on the Samus up B, but managing to recover, clean things up with one of his, what we can only describe as trademark side Bs.
Yep.
And take Anto out of this crew battle.
So it's one down for Ireland and one down for Lithuania.
Yeah.
But Ireland does have like a much bigger roster. They can strategize, which I assume they have been doing. Like they have been watching this and strategizing who they're sending next. Although it did look for a moment there that A2 would take this one too. It was down to the last hit for both of them.
Yeah, but 5 stocks is a good advantage to build this early in. You know, 5 for 3. Ireland coming in with some pretty good confidence. If the next player they send in can clean up Nexus' stock quickly without dropping anything, it's just going to set them up so well for the crew battle.
Ireland has a lot of sorties.
I noticed just now. They have a lot of players, a lot of characters playing your face. A2 surprisingly playing one of the only zoners. They have a Ninja I see here, a Chrome, an Ike, a Bowser. So probably a very good choice to set A2 as the first, as a starter player.
Yeah, it's a good anchor choice. Obviously, you don't have that counter pick advantage. You know, when you're sending in players second, after losing a player, you get a little bit of advantage because you know which matchup you're playing into. But just sending a Samus in, let them play their slow game, get it sorted, definitely a good choice. So I think we're just waiting for the next pick from Team Ireland. And, you know, for the Rob matchup, I can't think of any players who they'd particularly send in. Rob can definitely steal a stock here, which would be so big for them. They really need to try and lessen this gap. It's only going to keep building. But, you know, you have to worry if Nexus keeps playing the way he was so aggro, it might cost him. It's very much a close...
I'm sorry, I think I'd be back.
So it looks like, you know, we're just waiting for a little bit, seeing what comes up next.
Some technical difficulties on our end with the commentating, but I think they were fixed.
Okay, yep.
Captain's still deciding who to send. I guess it's just striking.
Is there stage striking in this format? Usually in crew battles, it's straight in. I think the person coming in actually gets to pick the stage.
Pick the stage, yeah.
Yeah, which is another advantage that you get. But yeah, you can see in the Discord for the server, you can see the whole Ireland squad in their voice chat. So,
communication is key for crew battles, so having actual on voice communication is like preferred, I believe, between teams. I think we're getting into it.
Yeah, looks so. I think this is Michael, based on the name.
Stargirl Ninja.
Yes.
They did send a Greninja to fight a Rob, which I believe like is a bad matchup for Greninja, but they are in front. They're in front, so like
Greninja can kind of blow up the kid's toy if need be. Like
looks like it.
good. If Greninja gets a couple good starters, a couple good chances, you know, it can really make things difficult for Rob. And I think the way Nexus has been playing is actually going to make things like even worse in that situation. If Mako just waits behind, waits for Nexus to do one of those side beats we saw in Geeky much.
Yeah. The moment you overextend against Greninja, you're dead.
Greninja obviously got the two really strong starters in dash sack and down tilt that using movement can just get so fast in. And looks like we're getting straight into it.
Rob is also a big character. That should be easy to get those confirms, and it's just that one mistake. You just you can't make that one mistake against Greninja. It seems like they're starting. He hasn't pinned on the ledge. Gets the first grab. Doesn't connect the fair.
Yeah, I like the Nexus at the moment seeming a bit less aggro than he was. Mako having to find a way to get through these projectiles. Doesn't have the advantage that Antu had of, you know, Samus's kit in terms of firing other projectiles back.
Yeah, I've noticed that Nexus doesn't do a lot of. He doesn't guard the ledge. He doesn't put that much pressure when people are over the ledge, and it will cost him. You cannot let Greninja return to the stage safely.
Yeah, but the gyro actually going to do a bit of that, and he puts out that down air, but yeah, hasn't quite worked yet.
At this point, like, we should expect one or two side Bs to hit.
Good pressure from Mako there, like the read on that roll there as well. And again, these like jab, trying to get a roll out, trying to get a defensive option. Yeah, shows Mako's really keeping in his face.
Back to the ledge. He returns safely though, thanks to the gyro.
Yeah, just using gyro, giving him a way out. He very much needs it. This damage here though.
Greninja on death percent, any grab to him about now. Oh, and there it is. Wait, that should be it. Oh, no.
No, good match. And actually gets the down tilt into the up smash.
Yeah, the up smash.
So big for Island right now. You know, just building that lead even more. And obviously, again, crew battle format, that damage, all that 152% is for nothing for Lithuania because Mako's coming into the next one fully healed up. Fully
healed up. That should have been a stock for Michael, but the match was amazing at this point. Got out, air dodged out, and read his option correctly and got the up smash and just sealed the game.
Yeah. Rob down throw by no means guaranteed in those situations. Players getting better and better at mashing as well, knowing that you can follow up with an air dodge or a side beat to make sure you don't get caught in that situation. Up throw is something that Robs can try, but his position wasn't great. He didn't have the platform above him to be able to use it. So it was definitely difficult, and Mako made sure to get straight out of that, and immediately, after dropping the down tilt punish quickly, just waited. Nexus was caught on the platform, and that up smash sealing the deal.
I think we might be seeing Vanthmek, the Lucina. Sounds like it looks like a sound choice against the Greninja, but they're running out of options too. They're already 2 players down with 3 more to go, so it's down to which one we're going to be picking, and I think it's going to be Vapnik with the Lucina. But again, it's up to the TOs and the captains to decide. I'm just making a fair assumption.
Yeah, I mean, looking at their team, most of these characters don't have like terrible matchups versus Greninja. You know, Joker, Shulk, Lucina all do okay. I don't think we'll see the Zelda or the Link on their team coming out because those are slightly harder. Yeah, I would imagine it would be one of the 3 of Yvelx, Fairy Seal, or Vanthmek. We'll just see.
Yeah, I do believe that they're going to keep the Zelda for last. They're going to do the opposite of what Ireland did and keep the zoner for the last pick. I think we might be seeing either the Joker or to get him out of the top spot, or the Lucina. But we'll see. We'll definitely have to see.
Yeah, we're just waiting in. I think they're definitely deliberating, making sure they make the right choice here. Don't want to rush into it.
It takes a bit to get the next match going.
Yeah, and obviously momentum's so big as well. If you start throwing players straight into it, trying to force things back, you're going to be in trouble. You need to play safe. Just wait your time.
Well, speaking of momentum, Ireland definitely feeling themselves.
Well, exactly.
They should be confident at this point that they're going to win this. But you never know. You never know. This is if you strategize, and it can be like one player that changes the course of the crew battle. One player gets 3 stocks and then just rides that momentum and changes everything for the crew battle. But it does look like Ireland is feeling themselves and confidently in the lead.
Yeah, and also, you know, the skill of the team showing here. I mean, they were seeded to win this match. They were the projected winners, and at the moment they're trying to show that the upset probably isn't going to happen. But we'll have to see. Lithuania, we don't, you know, they're not a fully represented scene. We don't see these players travel out all the time, so it's obviously, you know, they could have these hidden bosses waiting in the wings ready to make things difficult.
Yeah, the raid boss is hidden behind like the online.
Yeah,
we're going to have to see.
Because we've only seen 8th and honorable mention on the PR. We've still got the top 3 players, you know, waiting, ready to go. So they could definitely do damage.
Yeah, but it only takes, like I said, it only takes one player to do very well, to just ride that momentum and get the games. But looks to me like they're still trying to decide.
Yeah, and perhaps hopefully no connection issues either. Just like so far the connections look okay.
Yeah, they considering we just watched Greninja hit some combos, I think the connection is like playable, doable. I have my eye on the captain lobby, and they are striking right now. Okay. Looks to me like they're going to be sending Aaron EKS. So we're going to be seeing the Zelda, actually. Like, we were so wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm fully on board with the pick. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but
yeah,
it wouldn't have been my first choice.
You heard me. I said they probably need to send that Lucina, but it looks to me like it's going to be Zelda after all. Only time will tell how good the choice was.
But obviously, Zelda's got, you know, she's got Wi-Fi stuff. She can make things difficult for a lot of people. There's a reason she gets some of the...
definitely establishes her spot two tiers ahead of what she is offline, yeah.
Yeah, and we saw for a moment there what EKS is doing, straight in with the projectiles, using the Phantom, but Mako doing well to find a way through and also get good conversions on the few options he gets. What a great conversion that was. That down tilt into S-Slash, so good. Absolutely obliterating us. And that's exactly what he needs to do, because EKS, you saw playing so evasive, using the Dinsar, the side B, the Phantom Guardian, making it so hard for Mako to get in, but then Mako just gets in once and he's dead. Just straight up.
They're just assassins. Like, Ireland is establishing themselves as assassins. They start something and they finish it.
And again, going very far. Will he chase this? Yeah, looking with that back. I couldn't quite get it. The side B as well. Nice. More back there, more damage. Couldn't quite take the stop, but again, just 64 of that one conversion. Another grab, it's still going. Mako absolutely not letting up on EKS right now.
He will not touch the stage. Michael just doesn't let him.
And that Nair is going to convert it into an up smash, and that's another stock down. Mako absolutely choking EKS out right now, giving him no opportunity. And that's one of the things that I said I worried about with a Zelda coming in against Greninja. It's hard for this character to do something. She's a bit slower, but catching Michael off guard there and getting
Greninja is always on his face, cannot set anything up, which is why I said maybe you should have sent one of your more aggressive characters to do that to Greninja instead of Greninja do that to you.
Yeah, they don't necessarily need to be more aggressive. It's also like having the frame data needed to just force Greninja off. Yep. You know, Zelda's moves, her quickest moves are kind of a bit small range. Very hard for them to get much there.
Doesn't get much on the ledge. Greninja finds himself back in the stage. Michael looking clean. Gets up tilted. Doesn't capitalize on the disadvantage.
There's a chance for EKS here. You know, if Zelda gets a stray, fair. Couple options here. Could catch Mako out onto bad DI. But Mako, the Nair fair, might just do it, and it does. And Mako, another stock, putting on 4 stocks taken so far.
That's going to be the third player that she's going to
he's gonna go up against with still 2 stocks, which is impressive. He's put in so much work.
That is 4 stocks, the price of 1 from him there. And that is putting Ireland in such a good position. Lithuania have 6 stocks left. Ireland have so much more right now.
2 more players to go, and they just have to send the Ivo X at this point. They have to send in the Joker. Someone has to deal with this Greninja that just assassinates their stocks in one single exchange. They have to do something fast.
Yeah. But of course, they've got left in the wings, number 1 and number 2 in Lithuania, Wyvelks and Fairy Seal. You know, you save your best 2 till last, maybe. I would imagine in this situation, we're not going to see Spirits Q or Vanthmet get a turn in.
Yeah, you have to send in your heavy machinery. You have to send in all you've got if you want to clutch it and turn the tides.
But you know, even if they take out Mako, Ireland's still got so many strong players waiting in the wings to pick up the slack.
It's just a whole army waiting to play with you, and it's only just Michael, the second player. It does look very grim for Lithuania.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot to do right now. So, yeah, I think we can fully expect to see those 2 players come out.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to take any chances at this point. It's down to the wire. It's the last players. And I believe we're going to see their number 1 at this point, which they did just say that they're going to send their number 1. So they are sending their best against Michael. We're going to be seeing the Joker.
Yep.
And we're going to be seeing Kalos Pokemon League, I think. No, that was a bad. Yeah, we're going to be seeing Kalos Pokemon League. A big stage. I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea to take Greninja to Kalos Pokemon Stadium, considering you're giving him space to set up his game and force you to approach him instead of him approaching you.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, there's a possible chance of the Pichu coming out. It says on here Wyvelks plays Joker and Pichu, but you know, I'd fully expect to see Joker. Both those characters though aren't, you know, the best on Wi-Fi. They can struggle a bit with delay.
The Joker main's definitely not very happy with online.
Yes.
We've been seeing less and less Joker play online ever since it came down to online. Not that Pichu is any better, but definitely better results online than Joker at this point. The Joker.
Yeah, the Joker. I think mostly to be expected. So he's got to. The dream here is that you've got to just not drop any. You've got to take these 2 stocks and not drop anything if you want to have any shot to start trying to fight this back. But we saw how Mako was playing. We saw how 1 hits can just be so damaging. And we are moving in. And we'll see how things go. Immediately starting with some pretty safe pressure. Trying to just find anything at the moment. 1 opening though. Mako getting the first, seeing how far he can take it. I think that's going to be sort of the big thing here. These 2 characters pretty evasive. Each player going to be trying to get whatever win they can get as far as they can.
So far, Michael winning the neutral, but definitely. And is that
almost taking it with that shadow sneak. And the water as well almost pushed him out. Good counter to get off ledge though, and that was looking real bad. Yuvelks needs to get started soon. It looks like he might go the same way of EKS.
Carson almost gone, yeah. It only takes a few more minutes, I guess seconds now, for Arson to be gone. And it doesn't look like he did much. Greninja's still not on kill percent, and he's looking comfortable. Finds a kill from the ledge, but nothing comes out of it. Fair doesn't kill him.
But Fair will take it there.
Fair will kill him.
And wow, it's looking difficult. Mako absolutely tearing through Lithuania right now. And it looks like he's trying to get more.
If he wins that, it's going to be 4 players. He is literally tearing down the country at this point. Just Michael.
He almost took it with that jab reset as well. You saw him going for that down to S smash. He's gone so much mileage. These nairs just coming in. Can't get anything started right now.
The seat just belongs to him at this point. He does not let him land. He gets a Narsen back there.
You might be seeing a stock here, but nope, nothing comes out of it. A regrab, but nothing comes out of it either. And a fair. Very good.
What a good follow there. The side beat, I mean, pretty panicked. Mako just waited it out and punished. And you know, we say about how Wyvelks needs to not drop any stocks. Now he needs to just take a stock at this point because it's looking so bad.
Yeah, at this point, it's a case about how many stocks everyone got, and because just Michael is just like a demon. He's tearing through them.
Yeah, that's six stocks he's taken so far. 5 from Antu, 6 from Michael, possibly 7 looking up. You know, we're gonna have to see how this Arsene does. This is the big moment for Wyvelks. He needs to get something off this. But of course, he needs to not get too angsty either fishing. Good choice on these backheads instead.
Arsene almost done.
We'll see the ledge trap here. Oh, and an SD. Michael got probably a single stock. And that is 7 stocks for Michael. Running through this team.
Do you think that Michael can get their last player with like those 2 stocks? Do you think that he's going to literally tear through Lithuania?
I mean, that was their best player. They're having to send in their second best now and ask to see what happened to their best. You've got to be worrying right now.
So Greninja is a matchup I've just not seen. It's just not something you stumble upon every single day.
Yeah, and it looks like at the moment, I think death bells ringing for Lithuania right now. Ireland absolutely cleaning house right now. Antu with 5, Mako with 7. It's looking like there's a real mountain to climb, and it's all going to be on likely Fairy Seal and his Shulk to have to do all this heavy lifting.
And it's a lot of heavy lifting. It's a whole team to dismantle, and at this point, I think it's just down to how many stocks you can get, how big that effort's going to be, because it does look impossible to just turn the tides at this point. One player versus an entire team, and Michael has 2 stocks. He's not even down to his last one.
Exactly. Yeah, having that too. You know, Wyvelks didn't even get anything. That stings. That really does. And you know. It's a shame as well because with no losers bracket, you're going to be looking back on this and saying, I took 0 stocks this tournament. That's going to hurt.
At this point, it's just down to the pride, down to getting those stocks. And speaking about pride, Michael should be feeling himself at this point. He has just taken so many stocks. And in so little time, too. He's just like, he must have something to do after this. And he just has to go. He's just dismantling them.
And we'll just see. Just waiting for the final ones.
Yep. Looks to me like it's going to be Fairy Seal and Pokemon Stadium 2, from what I can see.
And can he drag Lithuania from the depths against all the strong players Scarfelt have left?
He has the whole country on his back at this point.
Mako just going to slam through him just like he's done for so many.
Do you think that if they sent Michael first, he would have just tore through Lithuania entirely, just from Steam to now?
I don't know. I mean, we can't forget the work Antu put in as well. So it's
get into it. They did send this up, and it was Pokemon Stadium 2. Starting with speed.
Michael needs to remember to actually drop this stock. You do have. He doesn't have 3. Let's see if he remembers. Hopefully someone in the Ireland team is shouting at him right now. Yep, good job. Reminding him what format he's playing.
He tells himself way too much for a little bit.
But luckily he didn't hit Fairy Seal at all. I think we should be able to just get back to playing. There's no reason we can't continue from this situation. I hope they're listening. The stocks are at 0-0.
Yeah, the taunt.
Yeah, all right, good.
I mean, it sucks to not have that communication, you know, being there, being present, just saying, hey, yeah, sorry, we should just, yeah, maybe we should just redo it, yeah. But it's online, communication is a little worse, naturally, but it seems to me like we're back in the game.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, obviously we've seen country crew battles at tournaments like Albion before, and the trash talk is always so great. And you could just imagine poor Lithuania, if this was happening at an in-person event, you know, you'd probably be hearing the Ireland team shouting from wherever you are in the venue, probably if you're outside as well. And
Yep.
they'd have every right to.
Yeah. Ferris Seal already playing the neutral a little bit more carefully than his teammates. This is down to the same percent at this point, but finds himself the ledge.
But it doesn't matter. You see how Michael's just following that, even with the fair, trying to get on stage, trying to give him something. Just nothing quite working out.
At this point, he must be going for that achievement of just tearing through the team. He wants to win this.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go through. Like, Ireland does not like. It must suck being a player for Ireland wanting to play and just Michael is tearing through the whole team. You're just there in the sidelines.
Not even the #1 player on their PR as well. Number 4 in Ireland, I'm pretty sure. So you've still got 3 others waiting in the wings, even if you do take this guy out.
Well, the rest of them will just have to play in the next round.
Well, exactly. And at the moment, a down tilt, a couple options here for Goon to seal the stock. But, Ferris Seal's kept this closer than we've seen in the past.
Smash Monado was running out. Back to jump Monado, finds himself at the ledge.
Yeah, there's a lot he needs to do, and at the moment, he's getting stray hits, but nothing that's really quite converted into a stock yet. The down tilt though, finally getting off ledge pretty consistently, and the up B, good catch. Ferris Seal taking the first stock, exactly what he needs to do.
This might just be who defeats the Michael, because it's looking pretty good for Ferris Seal at this point.
Yeah, but it's hard to see. It's very hard to see him not dropping this stock right now.
154 and good ninja right at your door. Yep.
At the moment, though, Mike, has to play around Schultz's huge sword. Has to just give it space. You see, trying to get in, trying to find his options. But that up air is going to do it. Finally found one. That dash attack catching out the area. 2 more stocks to go for Michael to seal the deal, but a mountain for Ferris Seal to climb against Ireland. Yeah.
So that mountain does have the perks of just defeating Michael, which is what he should be focusing on right now.
Yeah, you can't really think about the other 9 stocks you've got to do. Just think about these 2 right now. And good up air, not quite getting the drag down, but just getting another up air off it. Didn't get the fair to finish it.
It really looks like he understands the matchup and understands Michael a lot better because he is playing a lot safer. But as I say, that commentator's curse, he needs to stop.
Dying at 64 because of the Smash Monado as well. That's gonna sting so much. And you had to be careful. The down air almost getting conversion there. And the up B should seal it with the Smash Monado activated.
And Ferris Seal with 1 stock left for Lithuania defeats Michael, who just tore through the team. Which, it's an achievement. It is an achievement for Lithuania. Michael just did so much damage, and it must be such an achievement to just defeat him. And
now we have 1 stock left for Lithuania against the 9 of Ireland. And I think it is entirely likely, knowing what Ireland is like as a scene, they've established themselves with a bit of identity. I think we might see some weird characters, some weird choices coming out. People are crying for a Donkey Kong a character. Yeah, the country's always enjoyed repping. I don't see Ireland taking this final stock too seriously. I think they're going to see they have 9 to play with. I would imagine they might try and do something cute for the stream. Yeah, it might just be them prolonging the stream, just sending in whatever's hype at this point, and we might be seeing Sam. I don't know. It seems to me like they're still deciding. It's down to whether they want to take that break between games, between round 2 and round 1, to practice or think about what they're going to do next, or if they want to prolong the stream and just give more people the spotlight. Because I imagine we won't be seeing Donkey Kong as much as we're going to be seeing something else next round. So it's always down to just, in this case, when you have 10 players, to just give everyone some time in the stream, give everyone the chance to play, and we might be just seeing that. Well, to be fair, there's only 1 stock left, so they can't really... I mean, if they wanted to represent everyone, I guess they could all run off an SD, but they're going to play. They're going to probably take the stock, whoever they send in. I imagine things would wrap up. There's not too many ways to showcase the rest of your team in this format. They'll just do whatever they need to do to clear things out, I think. Look, this is round 1, though, so you do expect kind of something like this. You don't expect very close matches.
we're gonna start seeing those big hits in round 2 and round 3. But it is a Donkey Kong, Sam. Good call.
And yeah, obviously credit to Lithuania for showing up. Obviously one of the smaller scenes out here. We've got quite a few smaller scenes representing themselves, obviously like Malta and Turkey, entering this tournament. And it's cool to see all those people come out, even if they are not as strong as some of the more established groups. But obviously giving them the chance to come out, show that they do have the players, get a bit of publicity for their region is always nice to see.
Yeah, it's always nice to see new names too. Like how many times have you seen Malta play online and something like this? It's very nice to just have all these countries from Europe in one place, one time.
It's over! It's over immediately! That combo, the jump coming out, just absolutely demolished it! That is the Donkey Kong coming out for Ireland. The absolute power of that region gives the character, and absolutely demolishing Lithuania. And Ireland coming through.
He was just trying to get that Twitter clip. There's no way. There's no way. He went into that just thinking, I'm going to get that Twitter clip.
And it is over. Ireland with such a dominating performance over Lithuania. You had Michael cleaning house on the Goon, even Antu as well with the 5 stocks on the Samus, and then ending it with Sam on the Donkey Kong with that combo that, just absolutely obliterated Shulk from the stage. And Ireland will be moving on.
Yeah, to round 2. With Lithuania, we thank them for just being here. It was just certainly nice to see a scene that we just don't see that much in European play, and they did do their best with a team that didn't have 10 players too.
Yes.
So at least they all got, like most of them except I believe Spirit and Vampmek were the ones that didn't get play.
Yeah, and obviously congratulations to all of them for showing up. Always nice to see, because they wanted to show, and while as hard as it was, they still came in, tried their best, showed off their scene, put some respect on them, and give all credits to them.
I think with that we should be going on a short break between matches. Thank you very much for commentating with me. It was definitely great.
Yes, it was great fun.